Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fight Caves. So you're going for your first fire cape, and you want the cleanest, most simple, and stress-free way possible to kill Jad. You also just got completely screwed by Josh Strife Hayes' guide, because that guide is over 3 years old, and the blowpipe is not brutally overpowered anymore. So, this is the perfect guide for you then. Now, the only stats that matter in the Fight Caves are prayer, range, defense, and hit points. In that order as well, with range level and prayer level being equally important. You want to get these stats as high as possible. 99 preferably, honestly. The higher the better. And if you do go to 99, just don't tell anyone you waited till 99 to get a fire cape. Screw them. No one has to know. Alright, for your gear, you want to prioritize prayer bonus, range defense bonus, and relevant damage. I do not consider a +2 range damage to be relevant. Like if you came in here with best in slot stuff and you could avoid Zero Van Braces and you had your assembler and let's see what else. Oh yeah, and a Venator ring, which is +2. That's a +6 range damage bonus. That is very, very, very tiny. Like the Dragon Bolts would bring 122 on top of all that. So you'd just be getting an additional. You'd be getting 128, and then you could also bring an Anguish for +5. Very, very small in the scheme of things. There are things that'll help you way more in the Fight Caves than minuscule bonuses like that. So just remember, we're prioritizing prayer bonus, range defense, and real damage on your gear. Like the Slayer Helm is 15% increased damage, which is way better than +6 ever will be. Hell, it's way better than +11 ever will be. There's no helm that will ever come close to getting a Fight Gear cape completion than getting a Slayer Helm. And it's not like Inferno, where you have to beat the Inferno first to get it. You can just straight up get a Slayer task and then go do the Fight Caves. And to this, you have to do a couple things. You're going to need 55 Slayer and 55 Crafting. And then you're going to also, to be able to make the Slayer Helm, and then you're going to need to imbue it. So you can use Soul Wars, Nightmare Zone, or that the Fight Arena imbue. I think there's other ways to imbue as well. But you have to imbue it in order to get the 15% damage and accuracy out of it. Another thing is, you're going to want to use the Slayer Master Steve, and you're going to also want to go to Awards on a Slayer Master and unlock Hot Stuff. You need to unlock Hot Stuff to get a Fight Cave Slayer task. He'll offer you like a Tazar fight task or a Fight Cave Slayer task. So it's just, and you just pick the Fight Cave one. Super easy. And look at the bonuses on this thing. It's like it does way more damage than a Missouri helmet, and it has 30 range defense. 30, baby, right there. So, insane item. This is possibly the second or third most important thing you need to do the Fight Caves. Alrighty. So, for your back slot, there's not a whole lot of options, and mostly the back slot, as far as like increasing your damage is concerned, is pretty irrelevant. Like, yes, the assembler might give you a damage bonus because it has +2, but it may or may not give you a max hit. It may literally just be a +8 range bonus with a slight defenses. That's it. That's literally it. Literally all AVA devices do is just save you money. But it's way better than nothing, and it's way better than just blasting money out of your crossbow. Way better. What I think is much, much better is a ranging cape. Ranging cape has +9 in all your defenses, that range defense right there, and +4 prayer bonus. Here, both things we want. This is why a lot of guides for the Inferno say bring a ranging cape. It's for these reasons. It's because the accumulator and the assembler do not do much for your overall damage. Alright, this is one of the more impactful choices you can make, but I think they're all equally valid. You can go with the Anguish if you just want just the pure rawness of damage. You know, the +5 strength bonus is the biggest piece of like range bonus you can get outside of like an offhand slot, like from the Odium Ward and Dragonfire Ward. Like it's better than a Missouri body and legs. It's better than the Xerath Van Braces and the helmet and the Venator ring. And the assembler. It gives the most range damage, and it gives +15 range accuracy. All pretty great stuff, honestly. But, man, the Fury. There's a lot of great things to say with the Fury. The Fury gives a +5 prayer bonus, so higher prayer bonus. And it gives range defense, which is something we really desire, and it still gives +10 range accuracy. Would not be bad at all to go in there with the Fury. Or you can go with the Bone Crusher Necklace, which is the cheapest option, which has a massive +12 prayer bonus, which is insanity. Insanely high bonus, and +10 range. I think all of these are equally valid. You could go with any of these, actually. Doesn't matter. You want to cheap out, go with the Bone Crusher Necklace. If you want to be more defensive, take less hits, go with the Fury. And if you just want to be all-out offense, go with the Necklace of Anguish, but I think Fury or Bone Crusher Necklace would be better for your first cape. Okay, we're just using Dragon Bolts E. That's all we're doing. We're just going to be using Diamond Dragon Bolts E. They're over 1K a piece right now, but they give 122 plus range strength. They hit very hard, and the diamond effect makes you get like bad luck protection against missing, which is going to go super great with what we're trying to do. So there's no other ammo I'm going to recommend. Just camp Dragon Diamond Bolts E for the entire thing. I'm not saying train with them or like try to get your next task with them or anything like that. Just use them purely while you're in the cave. All right, you're not going to be making money off of the fight caves ever. You're just in there to give yourself the best odds of getting a fire cape, and that is exactly what the Diamond Bolts E do. They are just going to give you the best odds. Oh man, what am I doing? Yeah, see? 122. Like, 124 if I had an assembler. Oh my god, what a huge difference. Even I could also go a little higher. Oh my god, 129. Oh my god. Yeah, that'll be a life-saving difference, boys. Probably not. Yeah, just bring Dragon Diamond Bolts E. That's what we're doing. Now for the star of the show, the most important thing that you will need to beat the fight caves. The hardest thing about doing the fight caves is obviously not Jad himself. Jad is really not that bad. The only problem with Jad is getting there after doing 62 waves of crap. And you're going to have nerves when you go into it. No matter what anybody tells you, you're going to go in there with Jad hands. You're going to be all shaky and stuff. Your heart rate's going to go up. It's going to be stupid because it's a video game and you're not doing any physical exercise. So, weird thing to think about. And how I got my first fire cape was with the Dragon Crossbow. This thing saved me. This thing got it done for me. And it has 94 plus range accuracy. Because we're using a crossbow and we're using Dragon Bolts that have 122 range damage, we do not need much range offense or much range attack strength. In fact, we just brought purely defensive gear, and this was the only stuff we had. You would still be able to get it done. But the fact that we're bringing plenty of range offense on other pieces, and we're bringing some really busted-ass levels of prayer bonus and range defense, is going to really seal the deal on this force, ladies and gentlemen. So there's no like options here or anything like that. You're bringing a Dragon Crossbow. Also, the spec... Let's see, where's the spec at? Right over here. Yeah, this. Annihilate. It'll tag all the healers off of Jad. You do not have to individually target them. It'll save you a ton of time and a ton of focus. And because if you just don't pay attention to Jad for a second, you're dead. That's it. If you get hit once by Jad, you're going to be dead. You cannot mess up Jad. And this enables you to do that. Alright, in my eyes, there's only really 2 options you can bring to the fight caves. Yeah, technically 3. But if we're just going with a crossbow setup, you're only going to bring either Missouri Body or God Bless D'Hide Body. Because they give plenty of range offense, and then look at these defensive stats. Just so good. And Missouri's even better. I don't have Missouri here to compare to you because I don't currently own Missouri because I'm still rocking a Bofa Crystal setup, which is pretty good, but you take a lot of damage if you're bringing a full Bofa Crystal setup. There's the lack of defenses. I mean, it's so great. It's just you're going to tear through it like no problem, and you have lots of prayer bonus with that, which is also good, but the defenses are going to be a lot lower. And if you don't have access to full buffer, which I understand is like over 120, 40, maybe even 150 mil, you probably won't going to be affording that for your first fire cape. This is much more affordable, and it's really good. Look at these, just solid stats, just good stuff. There are a couple options you can go for when doing the fight caves. The first option for your offhand is going to be just the cheap little black shield. It's really good for the cost. It's like 20k, 30k. And it gives a plus 7 range offense and plus 14 range defense, which is what we really care about. The rest of it's kind of whatever. And then the next option from there would be a Book of Law. And then if you want to upgrade from there, you could go to a Blessed D'Hide Shield, which is the exact same stats as a Black D'Hide Shield, but it gives a prayer bonus as well. And it's like 10 times as expensive. And then after your Blessed D'Hide Shield, I don't have these items, so I'm just going to talk about them, is you're going to go Odium Ward. It has no melee defenses, but it has mage and range defense, a lot of mage and range defense, and it has a good range offense. It has a good range accuracy, and it has plus 4 range strength. And then the best option, I think, is this next option, is the Dragonfire Ward. It has very high defenses, very, very, very close to as good as best in slot offhand damage increases. Has like +8 range strength, and it has a really good range accuracy bonus as well. Almost as good as the Twisted Buckler. The Twisted Buckler has overall worse defenses than the Dragonfire Ward, but it has a +10 range strength and it has more range accuracy. But it's the most expensive, it's 20 mil. And the Dragonfire Ward is better with barely less offenses, but more defenses, and it's only 9 mil. And then the Odium Ward is objectively worse than the Dragonfire Ward in every way possible, but it's still better than the other options we've talked about, but it's like 3.5 mil. I would personally, if I was going to start over again, I would come in here with the Dragonfire Ward. The Lake Slot is not super impactful. It's not going to majorly affect your damage like the other slots will. But, it's something. It's more defenses, more accuracy, a little more prayer bonus. I bring in, at a minimum, bring God Bless D'Hide. So you don't have to bring just whatever D'Hide is the cheapest. Same thing with the body. If you can use the Missouri, go. If you have access to Missouri, go for it. If you don't, not a big deal. But the glove slot actually does stuff for your damage. So we're going to have a quick look at what I'd say are the only 3 options, really. So you could use Zamorak God Bracers or Barrow's Gloves. Barrow's Gloves they have really good range defense. Maybe just use Barrow's Gloves. +12 range defense, that's pretty cracked. But you are going to be praying against everything, so there is that. But Zamorak Bracers or God Bless Bracers do provide a prayer bonus, and they only have 1 less range offense, whereas the Barrow's Gloves have +12 range offense and +12 range defense, which are the only stats we're going to care about on the Barrow's Gloves. None of these other stats do anything. And then if we want to be crazy and spend like 120 mil plus on Zerite Van Braces, they actually give less defenses than the Barrow's Gloves. They do give a lot more range accuracy, and they do give a little bit of a range strength bonus with a little bit of a prayer bonus. So yeah, totally up to you. These are all 3 very, very viable options. Probably go with Barrow's Gloves on your first cape. Look at this gentleman over here. Barrow's Gloves or Zemi Gloves, literally under you. They're equal in my eyes. Okay, so there isn't a whole lot of options for boots. Not a whole lot. Like let's say I recommend bringing Devout Boots. Look at these bad boys. +5 prayer bonus. Very, very. That's a really high bonus, especially for the boot slot. Unusual thing. And then if we go to the Blessed D'Hide bonus, they give +4 on all defenses, +1 prayer, and a whopping +7 range attack bonus with no range strength. No boot slot gives range strength. And then if we want to blow over 30 mil on Pegasians, we can get a little higher defense bonus, like the +5 is nothing, and then a +12 range bonus. That is the same bonus as Barrow's Gloves for 30 mil. And you're not even going to notice them, honestly. If you were to wear these boots, or your Jad slippers, or Pegasians, you probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference. It's a very minor bonus. Kind of sucks. Whereas with the Devout Boots and the +5 prayer bonus, you will feel that. You will feel a difference in how fast or how slow your prayer will go down. And that's why when I did my first fight cape, my buddy even offered to let me use his Pegasian. I said I would rather use these boots. And if I had known about Devout Boots, I would have used those. But when I did my first cape, I was wearing Blessed D'Hide boots. And when I do the fight capes, I'm going to be using Jad slippers, because I want to give a realistic expectation of what the fight capes are going to be like for you. So for this part, just bring Devout Boots. They're the most bang for your buck. They're only a couple mil. And they're the most impactful too. The only boots that would come close, is you have to sacrifice a smidge of range accuracy, is Guardian Boots. Guardian Boots would be really good because they give like +30 range defense. But they're also super heavy, so you won't be able to run around as much. That'll be a problem. You'll get just bogged down. So Devout Boots are better. Alright, and for the ring slot, there's not a whole lot of options to talk about. We're not even, just to get this out of the way, we're not bringing an Archer ring or a Venator ring. Those rings are literally a waste of time. Remember how I said Pegasians, you won't feel the difference from them? All the Archer ring does is gives you +8 range accuracy, or +8 range defense. That's it. That is it. Just +8. That's all it does. It does increase your damage. And then the Venator ring just gives +10 range accuracy, no range defense, which is problematic. We need range defense for this. And it gives a +2 strength. Diamond Dragon Bolts E have 122 range strength without them. You're not going to notice a +2 damage difference. What you are going to notice is if you use a Ring of the Gods, is a friggin' +8. +8 prayer. That's huge. That is like massive. That's one of the biggest pieces of prayer gear you can get in the game. And on top of that, it'll make your prayer potions give you more prayer. It's a crazy item. And the only item that comes close, the only other two items I would even consider, is the Suffering Imbued, the Ring of Suffering. Look at that, +20 defense and everything, and a +4 prayer bonus, and it'll do chip damage back to everything else if you mess up, or help. Mostly, what it'll do is help you kill rangers faster if they hit you. So that's always a plus. You got to kill rangers as fast as possible as you get later into the waves, because you can't pray against them while the mage's alive. And or if you're really, really broke, just get a granite ring and imbue that. It's super, because a lot of range defense and super cheap. I don't own one because I have a Suffering and I have a Ring of the Gods. I love these items. They're insane items, extremely good. You can go either or. I'm personally going to go Ring of the Gods. It's a lot cheaper, whereas this is like 14 mil. Yeah, easy stuff. Ring slot's very impactful. All right, so you're ready to do the fight cave. You got all your gear all squared away. You've spent all your money on just sold everything else. You have all the gear you need, right? You only need like, what is it, 9 mil. You just need 9 mil worth of stuff, right? That's all the budget is going to be? Wrong. We're going to have to increase that by about 25 mil, because I remember how I said there were 3 things that are the most impactful. One is the Slayer Helm, that's probably the second or third, and then the Dragon Crossbow is number 1. They're required, we need that. You're going to need that, because it enables you to use Dragon Bolts. It just brings everything together. Well, there's a third piece that we really need that is going to make the fight caves as easy as possible for you. And that's going to be Rigour in 74 prayer. You need this. You just need it. It increases your damage by an insane amount. It's 25 mil. So this is like a 35 mil setup if you can get all this stuff. And possibly a 40 mil... 45 mil setup if you want to get a Dragonfire Ward to give yourself the best odds. And then maybe even another 10 mil, 10-15 mil. So 60 mil if you want to bring an Anguish. Up to you. But, yeah, Rigour is kind of extremely important, and I'll be using it. I'm about to show the strength of it off right now. So you're going to need to get Rigour. That's going to be it's 25 mil right now. It hasn't been that cheap in a super long time. So just whatever you got to do, get it. It's one of the biggest upgrades you can make to your account. So we're ready to do it. I can go in here with this, but I'm going to write a bigger, stronger version of Jad, and I'm going to do it off task, because you're going to come in here with better gear than me, and you're going to be on task, and you're going to be potted, right? I'm still going to use Rigour, because Rigour is amazing, and this is pretty much going to make it possible. So let's do it. Let's do it. So I'm going to pray range and Rigour, because Jad hits harder with he can hit 99 with either style, but he hits harder with range usually. Alright, let's see what he's doing. I'll wait for him. Okay, he's slamming. Alright, I'm missing a lot. Perfect. And now that's a mage. If he stands up, standing up is mage, and slamming is range. So he slammed, so range. That's all I gotta do. Come on. He's still slamming. There we go, there's a 24. He's still slamming. Slam range. Oh, there's a 37. Now the hits are rolling in. There we go. Yep, still, okay, he's being very humble right now. Very humble. Standing up for mage. Yep. Just pay mage. Come on, big boy. Yep, still maging. I have no control over what style he uses. Up range, okay. Now the mages little healers should be coming out soon. As soon as he gets half health, he wants to. Oh, there we go. I'll let the healers get on him, and then I'm just gonna shoot him. Uh-oh. Okay. Wait, that didn't work. And now I have to tag him off of him. Let me get over here. Tag him. I'm still watching him. Just use a range attack. Now what you gonna do? He's maging, so I'm gonna go over here and mage him and get this guy. Alright, now what's he gonna do? He's maging again. And if I stand like this, there. Now I'm range. Okay. Okay, I just barely made it, I think. Right, he's maging. Okay, maging. Okay. So ranging. Still ranging. If I got to 100%, we're going to get a second set of healers, unfortunately. Which sucks. They need to get up to his front in order for you to tag him off of him. Still works, though. And still tagged one of them for me. Mage. I don't don't know why I switched back to range. Yep, I knew it. I knew. Okay, I think we're good. I don't think he got healed up to full. Oh yeah, we're home free. We're home free, baby. Look at that. Look at that, baby. Oh, I might die. A little slow. Okay, that was a mage. And now he's ranging. Yep. Yep. Maging. Easy. Ranging. Yep, slam range. Stand mage. Alright, easy. Easy peasy. And 160 tackle. Thank you, sir. What a dick. I did that with no supplies. I literally have no supplies. As long as you go into Jad with full prayer in this gear, you will not run out of prayer. You'll have better prayer. I didn't even wear this stuff. So, you can do it. And you'll have better gear than me, and you'll be on task. You'll be hitting way harder than I just did. I was maxing out like a 37, and if I got my Diamond Bolts to proc on my max, it'd be like a low 40. I think it'd be like a 42. But you can do way more than that. And that's a bigger, stronger version of Jad. So let's go over and talk about the waves now. Alrighty, let's talk about the waves. Waves are pretty simple. I mean, before we actually talk about the waves, let's talk about plugins. The only plugin you need is the Fight Caves Waves plugin. Fight Cave Waves plugin. And what you're going to do is you're going to want to click on the plugin, click on the wrench in the top right of your corner, then click on the plug for the plugin hub, and then type in Fight Caves and look for the Fight Cave Waves. It'll be just like this. Fight Cave Waves. Plug that into your plugin hub and get that shit installed. And it'll tell you what's coming up next. And it'll let you know what to pray against, just in case you forget. Let's go over the enemies real quick. The enemies in the fight caves are like the first enemy you're gonna fight are bats. Bats drain your prayer. They're little orange dudes. They're pretty easy to see. They just gotta die as soon as possible. They are the first thing you're always going to kill in a wave. And then the second thing you're always going to kill in a wave are rangers. These hunched over little rock people. They are going to be the main reason you take a ton of damage in the fight caves. Is because of these little rock people dudes. And they don't start showing up until wave 7. So you don't have to pray anything until wave 7. And then the melee minions, the blobs, they show up before the rangers, but they're not that important. They're pretty easy to kill. You'll one-shot them pretty regularly. And then when they split when they die. You can use the dragon crossbow spec to destroy them, destroy the split blobs pretty liberally until wave 60, which is the hardest wave. If you can get past wave 60, you can beat the fight caves easily. Jad is not as hard as wave 60. Alright, you're much more likely to die on wave 60 than at Jad is if you do everything correctly. If you mess up at Jad, you're fucked. It is what it is. You have to do it perfectly. You just have to be perfect. If he stands up, mage. If he slams, range. Stand up, mage. Slam, range. Easy peasy. And the next minion is the big melee. They're these big cloaked dudes. They look like the bigger versions of the people that heal Jad. They just melee you and heal. That's it. That's all they do. You just got to safe spot them on the boot-looking rock on the east side of the caves. That's it. Super easy to safe spot. Just kill them and then deal with the majors. And then the last enemy is these big frog-looking things, the majors. They melee hard and they mage hard, so you just always stand away from them. Same thing for Jad. Jad also melees extremely hard, but as long as you're one tile away from him, he will not melee you. Will not melee you. He will just mage you and range you, and you just have to swap between mage and range, and it takes him 4.8 seconds to go between attacks. So as soon as you see him stand up and mage, click mage, preferably before his animation finishes, and it'll be just in time, or right as it finishes, it'll be just in time. If you see him slam, as soon as you see him slam, or preferably before you see him slam, click range. And the kill order for these monsters, we went over it a little bit, but the explicit kill order is bats first, then rangers, then all the other melee mobs, the blobs and the melee hooded dudes, and then the majors. That is the order you're going to be killing them in. And this is not the most prayer efficient order, because it's more prayer efficient to kill the major before the meleeers, because you want to safe spot the meleeers and then kill the majors. But I can already tell that if you don't the reason why I say bring so much prayer gear is because you can just camp mage. You can be psychopathic with the amount of prayer you can reuse, because basically your prayer with this gear setup is an infinite resource. You will not run out of prayer. So I would much prefer you lose more prayer, but you keep that mage prayer up so that just in case you forget that the next wave is coming, or you just killed the last mage wave and you didn't pray mage, you won't get just kicked out of the caves for no reason. So it's a lot safer and a lot easier to just keep mage up. Just keep your prayer mage up. That's all you got to do. And yeah, for the first 6 waves, you don't have to do jack. You don't have to pray anything. And then wave 7, you pray range. And then you just continue praying range until wave 31. And then you pray mage. And then you continue to pray mage for the rest of the fight caves. But waves 38 through 60 are when things get a little scuzzed, because that's when rangers and mages are spawning at the same time. But you have to pray against the magers. So you just kill the rangers as fast as possible if you're done with the bats, and then finish up everything else, and then finish off the major and move on to the next wave. And you're going to do that on repeat until wave 60, where there will be 2 rangers. And this is where you are most likely going to die, is at wave 60. If you can beat wave 60, you can beat the whole thing. It's you got this. You got this. Jad is just a matter of just being perfect. And it's not that difficult to be perfect at Jad. You have over 4.5 seconds between prayers. That's a ton of time to swap prayers. Just as soon as you see his animation finish, or right as his animation is finishing, just make sure you pray to the correct style. Standing up for mage, slam range. That's it. That's all you gotta do. It's just nerves. The only thing that's gonna kill you at Jad is your nerves. So, alright, let's go kill Jad. Alright, for your inventory, you're going to want I'd bring 10 brews, breathing 3 ranging pots, and then the rest super restores. Yeah, it's gonna be expensive. It's not gonna be cheap. Yeah, it's gonna be like 300k in the supplies. You're gonna use a lot of them, but you don't use much run energy in here, so yeah, I wouldn't bring a stamina. You're gonna be walking around most of the time, or attacking things from the middle or from the east rock. So pretty easy stuff. And yeah, this should get you through it all plenty fine. Plenty fine. Anyway, let's get in there. Here's me just safe spotting a guy on the east rock. Pretty chill. What's more, easy safe spotting on the east rock. Also, you can see in the top right corner, got my wave indicator thing. Great stuff, ladies and gentlemen. More safe spotting. Just always hug the corners of these things. And good little situation here. I got a meleeer safe spotter, and I got a little prayer drainer coming in that way, and I'm praying range against this dude. Just gonna shoot that real quick. Yep, that's taken care of. I'm gonna take care of this guy. Sit, you rat. Once more demonstrating melee safe spotting. It's good. About halfway through, and I've used about 2 super restores. Pretty easy, boys. Alright, wave 30. Double melees. Just stack them up like this. Easy. Here's an example of using the major to safe spot a meleeer. Yeah, we're coming up on the first actually annoying wave, wave 38, where there is a ranger. Yep, there he is. Yep, he hit me for a 12. This is going to be the reason why I'm going to have to start brewing. It's because of I have to pray against this major guy, but the range guy is going to mess me up. This is wave 38. Alright, I have finally taken enough damage that I believe it is appropriate to brew. So you should brew 3 doses at a time when you're at like 50, 60 health. Because you can overheal with brews. I go 1, 2, and 3. I'm a little overhealed. And I click a restore once. And bam, my stats are fully restored. And then I can click my ranging pot. And my stats are back up. We're back at full power, baby. We're better than ever. Where are you, you double rangers? Oh, wow, there's one right here. 40. Damn. Die. Damn, oh my gosh. Well, that's not good. Oh my lord, I'm hitting so little. Please die. Okay, he's dead. Alright. Well, we actually didn't take that much damage. And keep in mind, you're going to be bringing a lot more range defense with me, especially if you bring a Dragonfire Ward. Or to hell, even the Guardian Boots. And also Barrow's Gloves. If you bring Barrow's Gloves, you'll have a lot more range defense. If you bring a Fury, you'll have a lot more range defense. You'll have a lot more range defense than me. You got this. Well, this is beautiful. I got both of these bastards safe spotted. Safe spotting inception, baby. Alright, next. Only 10 waves left to go after this one. Wave 53 is where everything just kind of sucks from here on out a little bit. There's always going to be rangers and majors now. Alright, up next is the dreaded wave 60, where I am going to get just destroyed. It'll be fine, though. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Alright. Major's gonna die, and there's gonna be a meleeer and 2 rangers. I gotta find a ranger as quickly as possible. Ah! Okay, there's a ranger right here. Oh my god, they're stacked right on top of each other. This is the nightmare scenario. Yep, this is bad. Ah! Stop it. Okay. Oh man. Okay, we may have to kill this melee real quick. Oh, shoot. See, this is why wave 60 sucks. Wave. Oh god. Okay, so I'm gonna brew. I'm just gonna brew. 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 Sip a super restore. Sip a ranging pot. I should be fine right here. Alright. You piece of crap. Okay. We did it. We did it. Wave 60 has been survived. Easy. Alrighty. 60-second wave. Coming up on Jad. This yellow guy is where Jad is going to spawn. And for me, this right here is where Jad is going to spawn for me. So I can just go to the other side of this rock as soon as that thing dies, get myself all prepped up, or just be a fucking boss and just get prepped up right in front of this thing. So it doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. Let me just, as soon as I get done killing this red one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Saradomin brew 3 times as soon as this thing's about to die, and then I'm going to super restore my prayer back. I'm so good on supplies. Like, I am not worrying about anything right now. Do not care. We do not care. We are good. In fact, once this thing gets a little lower, then I'll start working on them. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Okay. Yeah, we'll start. I'm going to brew. 1, 2, 3. Drink a super restore. Have a ranging. And then I'm just only going to look at my prayer for the rest of the fight caves. I'm not going to look at my inventory at all. I don't have to worry about swapping around or nothing. Alright. I'm going to go to range just in case. Going to attack him. Yep, he's slamming. Yep. Slamming. Yep. I'm just going to mouse over mage just to be ready. Okay, I just saw him. I'm going to drink a little bit of prayer. You could have gone to your inventory and back real quickly. This guy has been... wow, this can't be real. He's still slamming. I'm just going to tag that one manually. I'll tag this one. I think he has prayed range literally this whole time. Now he's maging. Ooh, I might have messed up. No, we're good. We're good. He's maging now. I'll tag these guys real quick. He's ranging. Alright, they're all tagged. Mage. Did I screw up? Now we'll go back to range. Okay, back to mage. These guys don't even really hit you. Back to range. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's just... I don't have to do anything. Okay, mage. My crossbow is not hitting. Keep in mind, you guys, your guys' crossbow will hit way more than mine will. Crossbow. Please! Range. Okay. Come on. I better be a good pet for this. I'm wearing Jad slippers. Sir, you can die now. Yeah, this was a joke. This was, yeah, because of how he was sitting, it was really easy to kind of tag the healers as they're coming. All you have to do is just pay attention to Jad. You just play perfectly. That's all you have to do. Playing perfectly is literally easy. Okay. We did it. We won the video game. Alright. And that's it. That's how you get a fire cape, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Yeah. Easy, baby. Easy. Yeah, if I can do this in this scuffed ass gear, for sure you can do this. Believe in yourselves, boys and girls.